So hey guys, it's me again, your girl Raia, and I'm back with another video. Now one of the main reasons I'm doing this video is because I noticed that there's actually a lot of Hydra videos on YouTube right now from other Arcane Legends players. However, they aren't really providing any tip, guides, or anything like that, so might as well do one, right? And another main reason for me of doing this video is because I only have limited time for me to farm, and I noticed that a lot of players are actually struggling to stay alive in Hydra Bog, which is kinda insane. A lot of these players are actually complaining about the gears that they're using. A lot of players are saying that Hydra is OP. A lot of players are saying the team is actually bad. Well, that's actually not always the case. So in this video, I will be providing you guys with tips, tricks, and how to stay alive longer, how to avoid this, how to avoid that, in order for you to actually have a very fast run with your friends or with randoms. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Now, first of all, of course, I'm gonna be doing my shoutouts. So big shout out, by the way, to Pinoy Rules, and also big shout out to Sweet and Savage, SPG, Cree, Last Druid, my guildmates Ransom, and as well as I Knew Rules. Hey you guys. Alright, so first things first. Well, pretty much when it comes to the gears, any gears will actually be useful. You can use Tainted Set, you can use Endless Set, you can use Shivs, Dreads, normal Glint Bow, normal anything actually. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you're not familiar where to find Hydra Bog, all you need to do is just go to maps, like so, and go to Elite World Map, normal map, Elite World Map, and go to Festerfang, and there you go, Hydra's Bog. All you need to do is just remove the check mark and then just go ahead and click there, and you will be routed into this map. Now, first things first, make sure that you actually use the right gears. Here is the equipment loadout. I'll be discussing that to you guys later. Now, this is just a sample run. I didn't really do a fast mode on this one. Now, in most cases, by the way, the basic standard for Hydra is that you actually need to finish it 2 minutes or less. If you and your team actually kill Hydra like more than 2 minutes, then that means you're actually doing something wrong. Now, for the gears, I'm actually using Tainted Set right now, and then I use Venomous Haste Set. I'm also using an artifact, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter what gears that you're actually using. You just have to know the timing of when to actually step out of Hydra's in range mode. Now, gold loot is actually very important when you are running Hydra. However, if your gold loot just so happens to be a very weak kind of gear, like some people are actually using Avaris. I don't personally own Avaris right now, so I just use the normal gold loot. My current gold loot, all in all, is around 310, I think. I have 100 on the weapon. I have 40, I think, on the belt. I have 50 on the ring and amulet. I have 40 on the artifact. I slotted Lucky Egg on the happiness bonus, so that's plus 20%. And I use Chester because his passive ability, if you're lucky, can actually add gold loot. But keep in mind that gold loot is actually not, it doesn't matter how high your gold loot is or how low your gold loot is. You just have to be persistent when it comes to farming Hydra. Because no matter how high your gold loot is, if you're not gonna farm, you're not gonna earn. Simple. Yeah, just simple. So even if you have 250, 210, just 110, it's fine. Now, first tip that you actually need to know with Hydra is be attentive on your minimap and kill the tentacles or extra head first. And let me go ahead and show you guys right now. So when you get into Hydra, keep on running, because once you get in there, as you can see, he drops a toxic pool, and that poison pool right there can actually kill you instantly if you're not careful. Now, because the reason why I said be attentive of the map it's because those tentacles or head actually pops up random, and just kill the first one that ever pops out. Now, you don't really have to kill it, just do a large amount of damage like so until Hydra becomes vulnerable. So let me show you guys again. So as you can see, I got hit, but just keep on moving and just do auto pots or auto mana, or just make sure that you're ready to actually click that. Now as you can see, the head actually appeared on the right side of the map. That's why you have to be attentive. If you actually wanted to finish Hydra faster, then be attentive of the mobs or tentacles that will pop out, so that you can kill that or you can damage that faster, and you can go ahead and hit Hydra. Tip number 2, count 11 seconds when he becomes vulnerable. Then after 11 seconds, drop a shield like Glow, Necro, Scorch, Razor Shield, or Shield for Mage. For Warriors, just don't be dumb and stay on the toxic pool. Don't do that because that will kill you. Now, while he is vulnerable, that's the time that you actually do massive amount of damage so that you can decrease his health. Just do as much damage. Now, the reason why I told you to count is because Hydra only stays vulnerable for 11 seconds. Now, be attentive. When he is in range, his attack won't kill you, but his poison pool will. So make sure you avoid it at all costs because eggs are expensive. Another important reminder is ultimates are useless in Hydra. Your skilled build should focus on damage, durability, and focus on your masteries, which I forgot to actually change when doing this video. Congrats, Raya. Now, like what I mentioned earlier, gold loot gears are important. If your gold loot gears are weak, utilize your save gear option and switch your gears up. Now, this next video here is actually an example of a bad run. Now, as you can see, the team is actually really good. We have a rogue. I think I got 2 mages. Yeah, I got 2 mages here. Now, the reason why it's a bad run is because we finished after 4 minutes. I hate it. Now, first thing you will notice with my team, they weren't really attentive, first of all, where the head or the tentacle actually appeared. So only 2 of us were killing 1 tentacle or head. Now, the second part is, as you can see, all of us were hitting, but we weren't really doing as much damage, which is, like I said, another pet peeves of mine. Now, as you can see, the other one wasn't really counting. So even before 11 seconds, he already went to one of the heads on the left side. So instead of doing damage on Hydra, he ends up like starting with the mobs first. Now, another thing that happened is after Hydra became vulnerable, one of us like went AFK, and then the other mage actually starts hitting the other head, which is really pointless because they are not really attentive while doing the maps. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people hate random, because some players are just trolling all the time, which is crazy. Now, as you can see, I never really die while I'm in Hydra. That's another thing that's another reason why it takes so long to kill Hydra. It's because not a lot of people actually uses Ankh, so they use the normal respawn. The second thing is when you die, then that gives Hydra more time to actually stay alive because there's no other people that actually does damage on Hydra. And 2, if you're planning on going AFK, then please leave the map. It's annoying. But just kidding. I don't really blame you though, because if I think about it, like probably somebody called him or something, because he actually went back after a couple of minutes. But that's fine. But however, it's really annoying if you actually stay so long in the map, because everybody's time is precious, so you should be considerate of that. Now, like I said, my gears are not really that strong, but it's not always the gears that's important. It's your cooperation and your attentiveness inside the map. That's the important thing when you're actually doing elite maps, or especially Hydra. Now, as you can see, just be careful with the poison pools. Since there are no poison pools in near Hydra, that you can actually go in and try to give as much damage to him as possible. When you after 11 seconds, when you see that he will actually be in range, just use your razor, your glow stick, your necro, your scorch, or whichever pet that can actually give you additional armor or protection. Now, since I noticed that it's very slow for us to kill Hydra, so I actually waited until 1/4 of his life, and then I use equipment loadout, and then I switch into my gold loot gears. I try to do as much damage on this one here. I don't know where the other two are. Oh, they died, unfortunately. I mean, just the other mage. So see, that's actually one of the reason why it's taking so long. Excuse the neighbor's dog. And after that, just do as much damage. And this is the annoying part. With that amount of health from Hydra, you should have killed him within this 11 seconds time frame. However, we didn't really get the chance to kill him because the team wasn't really attentive. Imagine there are already 2 mage and 2 rogues. But what the heck? Everything happens, right? Anything can happen. So it doesn't matter what kind of team you have, it doesn't matter what kind of gears you have. It's just a matter of your attentiveness inside the map. That's the one thing that's important. So let me go ahead and show you guys an example of a good run. By the way, cute drawing from Hydra, right? Animation, I mean. So I got here Vowed, Hey Joyce, let me switch these there. And DVVX. I think I got 1 mage or 2 mage and then 2 rogues. I think Vowed is okay, so this is actually a 4 rogue combination. I didn't even notice that, to be honest. So this run only took us like less than 2 minutes for us to finish, which is fantastic. Now, I know that everybody actually noticed that having an all rogue team makes the runs very much faster than the normal mixed up team. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. If you're lucky to actually have an all rogue team, then congrats to you. If not, that's fine. Now, the reason why rogues are actually fast because their damage is actually high, plus they move really, really fast. The only thing that you really need to prevent from an all-rogue team is for your teammates to actually die just like that. However, even just with 2 rogues, while waiting for the other 2 rogues to come back, the damage was actually still very massive. So, or it's actually massive, so it doesn't matter if they actually die or not. But I'm not really a KDR lover, but if I were you, just try to follow the steps that I actually told you so you can actually last longer and you can survive way longer in Hydra. Because a teammate that always die, and if you personally die all the time, it kind of gets annoying. Even though you don't use ink, or if you're lagging, it's just annoying as hell. Well, that's in my perspective. I don't know for everyone. Now, like I said, gold loot is important, but it's not really as important as your persistence when it comes to farming. If you keep on farming Hydra, like designate like 1 to 2 hours of farming in Hydra, you can actually earn millions in a week. Again, it's not about your gold loot, it's your persistence. So you being rich is all up to you. So pretty much that's it for my video. Thank you very much everyone who actually continued supporting me. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for any upcoming videos or guide that you actually want to know, leave them on the comment box down below. Again, I really appreciate you guys. See you guys again on my next video. XOXO RAIA.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.